Trying to bring their offense back to life, the Dodgers have made some changes in advance of tonight's Game 5 of the World Series. Mookie Betts drops his spot in the batting order. He will hit third tonight behind Will Smith, who now bats second. Andy Pages is out of the Dodgers lineup, replaced in the lineup by Alex Call. Kike Hernandez will now play center field for L.A. Call will bat ninth and play left field for the Dodgers. They have Blake Snell on the mound. Blue Jays counter with Trey Savage. Series tied up at 2. Coverage on Fox at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. The Lions and defensive end Aiden Hutchinson agreed on a 4-year extension worth $180 million. His average annual salary of $45 million is second only to Packers edge rusher Micah Parsons when it comes to non-quarterbacks. Vikings quarterback J.J. McCarthy expected to practice fully this week and start against the Lions. Bryce Young on the practice field today for the Panthers, while Bengals quarterback Joe Flacco is 50-50 to face the Bears. I'm Dan Byer.
Whoa! Right, let's go.
All right. Yeah. Hope you're having a great day. A Shane Bieber, Vladdy Jr. sort of day. Blue Jays with a big win yesterday. Game 5, hump day. Going to turn your hump day into a hump night. I'm Covino. That is Dickie Davis.
What up, man?
We got Danny G here. He's our super producer. He runs the show. But he doesn't run this place. He runs the show.
Mike runs this place.
Everybody knows who runs this
and
place.
And he's got his words of wisdom later.
That's right.
Your chance to win some fun Covino Rich prizes, including our new Nerf football.
We might be in trouble, though. He says he's running out of wisdom, so enjoy it while you can. We got Sam. We got Spot. We got DB. We got you rocking out with us. Let's go.
Well, can I start the show with just not Big Mike's words of wisdom, just some really pertinent words from Magic Johnson that he just put on social media?
Oh, please read that to me. I couldn't believe it was real. I didn't know Magic Johnson was known for his tweets of wisdom.
I'm not going to lie. I don't know what's real anymore.
Yeah, he's infamous for this.
Covino and Spot this morning on our Patreon podcast, I got caught thinking something was real. There was a dude parasailing, and he got struck by lightning.
You were the dumbest guy ever to even believe that.
And I was
there was nothing even remotely real about that.
And I was like, guys, you got to see this video.
Like, how strong were your gummies that you actually believed that?
Stop it. Not as strong as Mad Dog Ribs House gummies. I was struck by lightning. No, it looked real to me. But this is real. This is from Magic Johnson. Pay attention, because this is really insightful. Talking about the Dodgers, Blue Jays tonight. You can even hit me up with some Mike's Words of Wisdom music, because this is right on that level. Irvin Magic Johnson tweets, with the series being 2-2, Game 5 is very important. Whichever team wins takes control of the series. What? Yo.
Bro,
man,
that's deep.
I never thought of it that way.
Yo, that's deep.
I never thought of it that way. And I love Magic Johnson, but come on, Magic.
Well,
come on, dude.
Magic Johnson says so it must be true. It is sort of a must-win for L.A. They got to win this game.
He also tweeted to leave early for Dodger Stadium to avoid the traffic.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Wow.
He also tweeted out, water's wet, in case we were wondering. So, or is it not? I don't know. Apparently known for his weird tweets. There's a lot of speculation on the game from last night, though. We could speculate on Magic's tweet. Honestly, I want to speculate, is he even serious?
But I think there's you talk about speculation about last night. I heard you and Danny G and some of the Dodgers fans talking about Dave Roberts and should he have pulled Shohei.
Oh, it's everybody's call. But you know what? Regardless of that, the Dodgers' bats were cold. You got to hit.
Why can't you just call it what it was, which is a World Series where there's two really good teams, and the Blue Jays just were better last night. I don't think Dave Roberts' decisions played a factor. I think the Blue Jays really showed a lot of heart after that 18-inning soul crusher for them.
They're relentless.
And to come back the next day and play small ball, that one hit to left center field. I forgot what lefty, where he just stuck out his bat. The definition of like bloop small ball.
Ernie Clement, probably.
I think it might have been. And
these guys are insane. They're playing such great baseball.
Look.
They just battle.
Rich,
Yeah.
It's because Trinan came trotting in, and you heard all season, and Trinan had been money for a few seasons in a row, but this past year, for whatever reason, it was the worst of his career. And just about every time he came in, he seemed to blow a lead. So when he jogged in, I think all Dodger fans were like, oh, man.
Oh, no, here it is.
Sometimes, some days is just not your day. I mean, Shohei's not going to get on base 9 times every day. Some days you're going to feel cold. Fighters will occasionally have a fight where, not to name drop, but Sugar Ray Leonard once told us, the day you wake up for a big fight, sometimes, as he called it, your biorhythms just aren't there. You know those days where you wake up and you're like, I feel off today.
Yeah, you
and
just don't have it. It's
Other
just
days,
not your day.
you jump out of bed and you're like, man, I feel great today. You don't think that happens
No,
every day?
yesterday felt like a hangover. It did after that 18-inning game.
And that's true. But you know what? You also got to give credit where it's due. Of course, you're going to speculate. It's the World Series, so every move's going to be speculated on, right? And that's why Dave Roberts is in some heat today. Like, man, he should have left Shohei in there, dude. But you got to give credit. And it's all about setting the tone. After a roller coaster of a game like that, which sucked the life out of Toronto, you got to give props to Vladdy Guerrero Jr. Seriously, Vladdy Jr. hit that home run off of a machine. Honestly, Shohei
he is a machine.
You're like, all right, we got to the best. We hit a home run. We're in this still. Let's go. I think that changed the whole – like your theory, Rich, on vacation, you got to set the tone early.
Yeah.
On a vacation, you got to set the tone.
Yeah, you go to the room before you do anything else. You and the lady got to get it on. You can't save that. You go there, you set the tone,
Set
and
the
then
tone for a good week.
everything after that's
Vladdy
great.
Jr. set the tone for a good night for the Dodgers. Like, yo, look at that. That's the momentum shift immediately, because what happened the night before could have carried into that game. You had Shohei on the mound, and he said, nope, doesn't matter. And that's really the difference maker there. So you could speculate Dave Roberts' moves and his calls all day. He went to the bullpen. Honestly, outside looking in, I'm not a Dodgers fan or a Blue Jays fan. I thought that Shohei looked a little gassed, and it may have been his legs were a little out from the night before. He was on base 9 times. But to me, it looked like he was done for the night.
No, I would have pulled Ohtani.
That's what
I'm
saying.
not faulting him on that, but I would have went with a different bullpen arm.
Well,
I mean,
okay.
listen, the night before, it's like much in relationships. You know how like your wife or girlfriend may bust your huevos over one thing, and you're like, what about all the great things I do, right? Like Dave Roberts, you gonna second guess who he went to last night, but how about that 18-inning battle where it seemed like he made all the right moves and trusted in the right guys, and you could say he got lucky, but no one was,
That's the, I guess, the up and down of being a big league manager, because the night before he did get props. Dave Roberts pressed all the right buttons, and they all came through. Yesterday, that wasn't the case. And, of course, we're going to speculate. By the way, look at Sydney Sweeney. Ooh, she was there looking good. Sydney Sweeney. The stars are out. That's another side story, too.
There's Jeff Goldblum.
You got your boy right there.
Jason Bateman.
So, yeah, the stars are out, and it is a must-win. What did Magic Johnson say again?
Oh, well,
A pivotal game?
whoever wins this is going to have control.
Obviously. So, a must-win for the Dodgers.
It's a big game, he said.
It's a big game. Did Roberts misstep? I think you had to go to your bullpen. Danny G saying he just should have went to someone else.
Yeah, Bonda and Trinan, both those guys have faltered throughout the season.
But bottom
so
line, you guys weren't
it's the bottom
hitting,
of the
man.
barrel. I know.
And I hate to say it because he's the most likable guy on your team.
No,
but that's why they're shifting it. Mookie Betts is not swinging
I was just
going to
say, look at Betts. Look no further than Pages, who was great in the regular season, and they've just been ice cold in the postseason.
There's a lot of people probably thinking that Pages is just the weak link to the team. I knew he was a decent player, but I did not realize how good of a season he had. 27 home runs, over 80 RBI, so he's really fallen short in the World Series too. So they're making changes tonight because you have to. And these changes will also be over-speculated because that's what we do, because every little thing counts. So is it fair that Dave Roberts is getting some heat today? Yeah, but I do think he got props the day before. I think it goes both ways. And hey, the Blue Jays won. They're a great team. I think what we need to notice from this isn't like Dave Roberts did this, Shohei didn't do that, etc. It's that the Blue Jays are really great, and they're going to battle this team, and we're reaping all the benefits of it. You have to make note that the Blue Jays are really good.
You can't have LeBron syndrome. Let me explain. So many times, LeBron will lose a game, and the headline is LeBron lost, not who stepped it up and what young star is doing well. You see that in the NFL too. Like there'd be, if a big star player, big quarterback loses the game, sometimes you always want to put the blame on someone. How about the other team just did their job?
Yeah, but that's the nature of the beast, right?
How about also we're not really talking about how Vesia is missed, because there's 2 games now where he would have came in those critical moments, and instead the Dodgers had to go with a different reliever.
Yeah,
big time miss.
I keep hoping that there's some good news coming from Vesia and the Dodgers.
Yeah, but the story originally was he was going to miss about 2 games. So things must be pretty bad for him to be missing the majority of the
just
series.
Your head's
so far.
not in it, and family takes precedence. But it's like, to me, I'm just, you got to hope that.
I understand family takes precedence. I really, really do. And you can say I sound heartless or tone deaf or whatever.
I think a little bit.
Really? Brett Favre's dad died. He played the game of his life. Sometimes people find solace between the lines.
You think a guy who could be going
I don't
through,
know the story,
but you
dude.
think a guy that could be going through, but regardless, you think a guy that's possibly going through any issue with his wife and possible a baby situation, you think that guy has the mindset to get on the mound in a World Series? Like, let the guy worry about what's more important in life. Baseball's a little snippet of this dude's life.
Baseball is probably his life after his family. I would say baseball is a big part of his life. Making the World Series is a big dream for a lot of these players. Again, I don't know the severity of the situation, but it has to be severe for him to miss all these games. But the original story was he was going to miss 2 games. So you can only speculate because he is missed.
Well,
I'm not trying to be heartless here. I'm trying to say, man, what's going on? There's a lot of people.
Valuable the bullpen, but I mean, like, one middle of the bullpen guy isn't the reason you win or lose a World Series.
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that they could have used him for sure. And that's even more tough on him. Look, I'm saying in retrospect, Rich, I made this point before, and again, it's touchy and I get it. So I say this respectfully and I say it kindly. Whatever he's going through has to suck. I get that. And real life could be tough sometimes. But when all's said and done and he gets or moves on from this, it's going to suck double knowing that he also missed the World Series too.
I think you don't care.
I think you're wrong about that. I would care. I would care no matter what happened.
Yeah. Listen, different of opinions.
Yeah,
different
that's
opinions. I feel like people value work way too much. And it's a job. He's a baseball player. That's his job.
He's a baseball player who played his entire life since he was a little kid to get to this moment. So I think you're also downplaying that. But that, to me, also shows how severe or how serious this must be. So that's also part of the story. We don't have all the answers. So, again, when we get them, I might want to kick myself in the huevos for speaking like this, but we don't know the story. But to over-speculate, it's what we do. It's the nature of the game. It's the World Series. And, again, the Dodgers, like Magic Johnson said, pivotal game. It's a must-win. So
Clayton Kershaw warming up right there. Is he doing a little throwing today? I saw the dad bod out of the sleeveless T-shirt. Has he thrown his last pitch as a Dodger in Dodger Stadium? Are we still thinking what goes on there? I think so many people felt like that was the perfect finale, as our buddy Stan calls it, the perfect finale to his career.
And again, that handcuffs Dave Roberts a little bit too, because that's another
an
guy
arm
he can't go to because of that storyline. You don't want to ruin that ending.
World Series supersedes storyline, but I feel like there is something to be said about, like, yeah, do you go to Clayton Kershaw again?
I don't know what Dave Roberts is thinking, and it's difficult for us to say with 3 games left that the guy's not going to pitch. However, your guy Joe Davis during the broadcast of Game 3 mentioned that this is his final appearance. Now, whether he let that slip or said it because he knew it, he is the Dodgers play-by-play guy that is also the lead Fox guy, so you would have to think there also may be some inside information on how it's going to play out. But I thought that was interesting that Davis said that during Game 3. So it sounded like they weren't going to use Kershaw again this series.
Let me give you a scenario. Let's say the Dodgers come out tonight. And who's pitching? Savage
and Snell.
Yep.
Let's say he's the furthest thing from Savage. Let's say he's weak sauce, and the Dodgers put up like a 5 spot in the first, 2 runs in the third.
Setting the tone.
No, but I'm saying, let's say the Dodgers come out with this sweet new lineup tonight, and they go off. Let's say it's 7-1 in the 6th. Snell's cruising, but now you start thinking, all hands on deck moving forward. Maybe there's a scenario where you have a significant lead, and it's like, go to Kershaw. Or is that like too storybookish? Has the final out?
No, I think if you want to eat innings and you're in a good situation, then yeah, I think that's the perfect
That's
time.
what I'm saying. Let's say end of 6, Snell pitched 6 innings, 1 run, 90-something pitches, and you're like, you know what? We may want to go back to Snell in an emergency left-hand, lefty situation in Game 7.
It goes back to the previous story about Vesia. You know, we're here criticizing Dave Roberts and his bullpen moves yesterday and yanking Shohei out too early, even though I think he should have been taken out at that point, especially after a long night the night before. You know, he's down 2 arms in the bullpen. He's down 2 people that he can go to if you count Kershaw. The Kershaw storyline is also putting him in a position where I guess I can't go to him. So, you know, we'll see what happens, man. It's going to be exciting either way. I'm really pumped for tonight, Game 5. I'm really loving this series. I think it's one of the best so far because it's back and forth. You got 2 deserving teams.
I just saw something out of the corner of my eye. We have the TVs on, all the pregame stuff for the World Series. Dave Roberts being interviewed on MLB Network. Did you see the top TV? They're showing a lot of the players warming up.
Mm-hmm.
They showed Yamamoto. Is part of his warm-up like throwing spears? Did you see that or no?
I saw that, yeah.
Like I know, like on the Mets, Brandon Nimmo in the on-deck circle.
Are you sure it wasn't AI?
No, he swings a sledgehammer. You know, there's certain guys that use different things, like on the mound or in the bullpen. There's different, warm-up methods.
Remember Greg Jeffries would swing underwater?
Yeah, that would.
You remember that story in the 90s?
Yeah. Yamamoto had a discus.
But you saw what I saw?
Yeah.
It's like he had like these almost
javelin?
almost like Nerf turbo spheres, and he gets set in a pitching position like you would teach a kid, like, and
right.
Then, just unleashes.
Now, hear me out for a second. The Dodgers were willing to go to Yamamoto if that 18-inning game had gone longer.
Mm-hmm.
So why not do something crazy and wild and put him in after Ohtani yesterday? You know your bullpen is not only struggling except for that 18-inning miracle game. You know what I'm saying? I would play for today, not for tomorrow. It felt to me like Friedman and Roberts were playing the long game.
It felt to me that they just threw that game away in a sense because they weren't hitting either.
That's what
it's
it felt like, yeah.
Bieber's hot right now. You
liked him sitting in the stands?
No, not
the
Justin.
other, okay.
Shane Bieber. They're in the zone right now. They got a lead. I think we're calling this one a game. That's how it did feel that way. And that's why, especially compared to the night before, all the electricity the night before, the excitement, the drama.
That's why I told you.
Last game felt a little
That's what I told you. I said
regular quick. It felt quick too.
Rich called it yesterday.
I told you. I said I feel bad for people that got tickets for only Game 4, like they just chose poorly. Like you're on the heels of one of the greatest games in baseball history. I was like, I said it yesterday. I said the Dodgers are probably going to show up flat. Blue Jays tie it up, and then Game 5 will be where it's at.
Well, hold on, let me do a Magic Johnson tweet of my own at Covino and Rich. Well, I guess it's a best of 3 now. Want me to do that?
Tonight's mighty important.
Tonight's mighty important. Sin.
No, but the Blue Jays deserve a lot of credit because they were able to shake that off, much like how the Red Sox did after the 18-inning marathon back in 2018 against the Dodgers.
Yeah, I almost feel like when you win a game of that magnitude and length and everything that was involved in that, I'm not saying you subconsciously take your foot off the gas, but the next day, like you almost earned yourself like if you lose the next one, now we're okay.
And on the flip side, and guys like
know
A-Rod, and I'm sure your friends that were hitting you up about it too, you got to give props to the Blue Jays. You have to. I said it 5 times. I'll say it 6 times. got to give props to the Blue Jays for battling back after a heartbreaking loss like that. That's how you rebound, and not all teams could do that the way they did.
And by the way, for the first time, taken Pages out of the lineup.
Saw that.
Yeah, so
he
today
made lineup changes. I heard DB say that Mookie Betts moved in the lineup.
yeah,
Pages
Kike
is out.
center.
So Kike's in center. And, it gets, I don't want to say desperation moves, not quite yet, but that's the interesting part of these series.
I know that these guys are long-term investments, and I know that there's next season and things to worry about, but I think starting in a Game 5 when you're tied 2-2, you're already in desperation, all hands on deck. Who knows what could happen? And if you're a pitcher, I know everyone's fragile now. A la Christmas Story. Must be Italian, Sam. I know everyone's a little fragile.
That sounds like a Magic Johnson tweet, too.
But
fragile? I never heard that one.
I feel like anyone with an arm should be available at any point from this point moving forward. Like, the fact that Yamamoto, like you said, it was like almost like his Japanese warrior heritage came out that when they were thinking about going to him next and he had just had a complete game. I feel like that should be the mindset of every single person. You heard Klein after he pitched double the amount of pitches that he ever had in that miraculous game. What did Klein say? He goes, "My legs hurt, but you think, did I care? Should anyone care that my legs hurt?"
He said no one cares.
No one cares.
I guess I shouldn't care.
So I shouldn't care. Every pitcher. I just saw in the background Scherzer's throwing long toss. Everyone should be available if they needed to be. If you need to be available.
To me, that doesn't even be said. Yeah,
like you play your
it
whole
should be understood.
You play your whole career for this. There should be no pitch counts, no thoughts about anything other than, all right, hey, it's a tie game. Who do we want to put in the 6th inning? I don't know. Who's our best guy that has the balls to get up there right now?
I'll be really surprised if the Blue Jays pull ahead today. I think it's the Dodgers game. It's going to be a back-and-forth series. And
it's set up the way it should.
Set up
it's
the
set
way
up the way it should. The Dodgers
and we're
win.
really privileged to be able to witness this battle.
Yep. Feels like it's going to go 7.
I think it absolutely is. The Dodgers are going to win tonight. And as a Yankees fan, I'll be the first to say they would have never been able to hang with either one of these teams. We saw last year against the Dodgers. We saw in the playoffs against the Blue Jays. These are the two most deserving teams, and we're getting to witness why. It's all these key players stepping up in big moments. Danny G, I could argue that the Blue Jays' key players are stepping up bigger than the Dodgers' key players in a lot of ways.
Yeah, besides Ohtani, I would agree.
Right? Like these, I don't want to say nobodies, but they're surprising players. You're like, man, the Blue Jays, they scrap.
Honestly, if you're not a diehard baseball fan, you're like, who's Varsho?
Oh, yeah.
Who's some of these guys?
And then you're seeing these guys in the outfield, and you're seeing them play. Like, damn, these guys are good.
You know what it does also? It when you're in a relationship,
Lucas, Clement.
Oh,
dude,
Lucas,
these guys
Clement,
battle. And forget about Alejandro Kirk. That dude gets in the batter's box and he just battles and wears your pitchers out. So. Again, that's how you have to play if you want to beat the Dodgers.
When you're in a relationship where I don't know, maybe.
But the Dodgers will win tonight, Rich.
Maybe your wife's not giving it up.
Snell has to. By the way, Snell's not losing 2 games.
No. Maybe your girl's not really giving it up much or not having much of a love life. Maybe you get yelled at a lot, and then you get a glimpse of another relationship, and you're like, oh, this isn't how it's supposed to be, and it opens your eyes. I think a lot of people's eyes are open to what their team's inadequacies are.
Absolutely.
I had so many.
I'll give you an analogy.
I had so many Met fan friends say when Vladdy Jr. cut off that ball and threw the runner out of third. You know how many people hit me up and said, "You think Pete Alonso could do that?"
No. Yeah, I know. It's like being on vacation with your wife.
Yeah.
And everyone's all lovey-dovey, and you're like, "Why aren't we like that?"
What's going on?
You ever
here?
see you're at dinner. And you're just you're just going through the motions, cutting your steak, and you look across and you see these lovebirds in a booth across from you.
Why do birds
they're canoodling. It's like new love, and they're like electric, staring at each other's eyes, and you're like, yeah, love should be like that. That's how it is watching these two teams.
Sam, it's how other shows look at you, and they're like, wow, we wish our host loved the way Covino Rich love I with Sam.
Yeah.
It's good. It's a good comparison.
Good one. No, it really is. You're right, Rich.
Want
It's
that
like
love.
you see all the inadequacies of your team from watching these two great teams, two very different
Yeah.
teams. But again, my prediction: pain for the Blue Jays tonight.
And then
back and forth.
and then-
Snell steps up because he's that guy. And I liked what he said after his last game too. He's like, I still know what I could bring. I'm still confident. Was just off tonight. Boom, he's back tonight. And when we get ready for Game 6,
I don't want to pull a Magic Johnson here.
yeah,
But I feel like it's sort of must-win for the Dodgers because you want to put the pressure on the Blue Jays to go home and have to win both.
mm-hmm.
If the Blue Jays win tonight and the Dodgers are all sad at Dodger Stadium and no Randy Newman, I Love L.A. comes on and everyone's just sort of somber, then you have to go 3,000 miles up to Canada and win 2 in that electric stadium?
This is two heavyweights. It's a heavyweight bout, right? So, again, the 4th round went to the Blue Jays.
Mm.
So, what happens in a heavyweight fight? The last fighter reserved his energy for Game 5, for Round 5.
Let's go.
And it's the
Let's
Dodgers
go.
round to go. It's a back-and-forth heavyweight bout. And, again, we're super pumped about it. Your thoughts? The story is that Dave Roberts pulled out Shohei too soon.
I almost feel like I want to make a prop bet tonight.
I don't think he did.
Here's my prop bet. Write this down. We'll break. We'll come back. Mookie home run. I feel like today's
Well, he's due.
he's due. I just feel like he's slightly off, but like it's Mookie Betts. I just feel like the moment's not too big for a guy like him.
No, it's.
I just feel like he needs to get. So tonight I'm going Mookie Betts. Like I'm gonna do a bet with so many total bases or a home run or something. I feel like making an individual bet on Mookie and the Dodgers winning is the way to go. That's my thoughts.
All right, so we got Mike's Wednesday Words of Wisdom plus midweek major,
Yeah.
plus your thoughts on Game 5. We got more Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio.
There's ebbs and flows in all different aspects of life. You're a music guy. Danny G, you're a hip-hop guy. You'd very easily agree if I said hip-hop has had years where, there's a ton of hit records, and then you go through a couple years where you're like, it sort of stinks. Covino, you experience this a lot being a rock music guy.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be like the grunge era, and then after that it was like rock stunk, and then it sort of came back. Like pop music goes through years where there's a ton of big pop hits and pop radio stations are trending, and then all of a sudden pop music becomes cheesy and lame. There's cycles in music. Dare I say sports in general right now is better than it's been in a decade. Baseball, the stars, the rule changes, the franchise players, baseball's at an all-time high. The NFL, ratings and interest and international, the NFL is popping on a different level. And the NBA, I think, is now really starting to lean on the young stars while also hitting you with a little nostalgia. I think sports right now is peaking.
It's the sports renaissance.
I really think right now, you can't tell me that sports isn't insanely awesome.
I'll give you a lamer analogy. I'm going to one down your analogy.
Why you gotta ruin it?
No, I'm not trying to one up it. I'm going to one down it. We often talk about how we grew up with all these Disney classics, right? Oh, Pinocchio. Snow White.
Today's the anniversary of Dumbo. You want to hear a fun fact?
Not really.
Dumbo, the only main character of a Disney movie that never spoke.
The only main character named after Rich Davis.
Actually, you know what it's called? The elephant's name isn't Dumbo, you Dumbo. It's Jumbo Jr.
It was named after an actual elephant, Jumbo.
Yeah.
See, I know. But we grew up with all these classics: Dumbo, Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, Pinocchio. And then there was nothing. And then the 80s came around. You had like the Aristocats and all this nonsense, right?
Yeah, crap.
Nothing. You had nothing forever. We lived on the classics. And then all of a sudden they called it the Disney Renaissance. We've talked about it. Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast,
Aladdin. Lion King.
The Lion King. All of a sudden, boom, 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 came back. And now they've been riding off of that.
Yeah,
and then
it fell off again.
Then it fell off, came back again. So
Good thing they don't make up for it by raising prices at the parks.
we might be on the precipice, if you want to include all sports, right, of a sports renaissance. And Rich is right, because maybe we're seeing social media really starting to play a positive role in how we view these superstars, these young superstars. Like, we got a pretty good idea of what's going on. We get to know them. We know their personality. We get greater insight. You don't even have to watch the games to see the highlights. And you know these young stars. You identify with them. And, dude, you think I'm a Spurs fan? Absolutely not. But, man, I was glued watching that.
We are on full time in Philadelphia now. Imagine waking up there this morning. They have a new dynamic duo in the backcourt. Did you see Tyrese Maxey along with rookie VJ Edgecombe? Edgecombe 34-7, Maxey 40-6.
They got something to be excited about.
Sixers fans are like, what? And then in Chicago, with the Bulls winning, the Bears are 4-2, Blackhawks 3-2, Bulls 1-0. Chicago, this is the first time since 2010 that all three of those teams have a winning record at the same time.
Are we on a sports renaissance? Think about it. I think there's something to be said, and people listening may be like, well, you guys work in sports, so of course you're going to feel that way. Hey, we got lives. We got kids. We got problems. I got a pain-in-the-ass teenage daughter. I have child support payments. These are hassles enough.
An ex-wife.
I got ex-wives.
Yeah, what else?
I got hassles like anyone else.
An AC unit that broke?
Yeah.
A Sweet 16 to pay for?
Yeah. We got regular lives just like anybody.
A long-term girlfriend that's probably waiting for a ring?
So it's not like...
I'm sorry, did I go too far?
No, that's okay. It just builds that relatable sort of thing. We got things going on, yet we could stop and pause and say, wow, man, for this to grab our attention this way, there's got to be something to it. So I'm with you on that, Rich. I am.
And dare I say, sports media, podcasting, broadcasting, like Fox Sports Radio, is doing really well. That's like one of the few areas of broadcasting that's really doing well right now.
Yeah, embrace it, guys.
And I think you're seeing it in baseball. The NBA having a really good first 2 days. And NFL speaks for itself. We just love it. It's like, it's king, right? So you're getting everything clicking on all cylinders. It's sort of like a great team when all the star players are playing well.
Mm-hmm.
They just like what the Dodgers are doing right now.
Yeah.
That's the world of sports. The NBA, the NFL, Major League Baseball, everyone's doing their part for the general sports world.
Well, I'll tell you what, Rich. That was an amazing positive spin.
I'm a positive guy, bro.
Hey, we are streaming live on our YouTube page, Covino and Rich FSR. Please check it out. And you can also chat live. Let's pull up the chat. Let's say what's up to some people.
Right. And
Covino
while
and Rich
you're,
FSR.
While you're watching our YouTube, you like this sweet shirt?
Sorry.
Can people identify what this shirt is? Sam, do you know what this shirt is?
Let's see. I see. Is that a Brian Bosworth flat top?
No, it's the silhouette of every one of Rocky Balboa's opponents.
Oh, it's a Drago flat
So
top.
you got the Drago flat
I thought it was
top.
a Freddie Freeman flat
You got
top.
Mr. T, Apollo Creed, and Rocky Balboa.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Well, we got more thoughts. We want to wrap up our thought. We finally found the angle we love best, which was watching the Blue Jays and the Dodgers really does make you see the inadequacies of your team, and that's so reflective of life, your career, marriage. Like when you see someone else that's doing it right, you're like, we're not doing that. Damn it. We'll get to that in a second, but let's go to Dan for an update. DB, what's going on, buddy?
You guys gave a heads up to some of the changes that are taking place with tonight's Game 5 of the World Series. On the Dodgers side of things, Mookie Betts dropping a spot in the batting order, so he hits third tonight with Will Smith second. Alex Call is going to bat ninth as he's in the lineup in place of Andy Pages, who's out of the lineup. Kike Hernandez batting eighth and playing center field. Call will man left field tonight for the Dodgers, who put Blake Snell on the mound against the Jays' Trey Savage. Coverage on Fox begins at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. The Detroit Lions and defensive end Aiden Hutchinson agreed on a 4-year extension worth $180 million. Only Micah Parsons makes more on a yearly salary basis amongst non-quarterbacks. $45 million per season for Hutchinson as part of the new deal. The Lions have the Vikings coming up on Sunday. Vikings quarterback J.J. McCarthy is expected to practice fully this week and start Sunday against Detroit. He got in a full practice today. Panthers quarterback Bryce Young on the practice field today, trying to return from an ankle sprain that cost him last week's game against Buffalo. Bengals quarterback Joe Flacco considered 50-50 to face the Bears, while Falcons quarterback Michael Penix Jr. still day-to-day with the bone bruise in his knee. Head coach Raheem Morris told reporters he feels good about Penix playing Sunday in New England. Commanders wide receiver Terry McLaurin out Sunday against the Seahawks, re-aggravated that quad injury that kept him out for a while. Re-aggravated that injury in Monday night's loss to the Chiefs. NFL Network says Giants running back Cam Scatterbo looking at a 6-month recovery following surgery to repair his dislocated ankle. And LSU's Board of Supervisors, not athletic director Scott Woodward, will hire LSU's next head football coach. That was the message today from Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry, who had this to say.
We are not going down a failed path. And I wanted to tell you something. This is a pattern. The guy that's here now that wrote that contract cost Texas A&M $70-something million. Right now, we got a $53 million liability. We are not doing that again.
LSU looking for the replacement to Brian Kelly, who was fired over the weekend. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, DB. Speaking of Cam Scatterbo, I saw Kyle Shanahan said the Niners were close to grabbing him last year. And
Of course they were. Everybody's always, we wanted that guy.
Oh, we wanted him.
Yes,
yeah.
we wanted him.
But I'm thinking, like, what a fun little addition to take a little of that load off McCaffrey that would have been, right?
Yeah,
You'd be right. You're right. Who wouldn't have wanted
wishing
Cam
him the best.
Scatterbo?
I don't know. You want an injury like that in your first year, man. So I
Yikes.
hope he's doing all right. It's Covino and Rich, Fox Sports Radio, live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. Again, coming up, we got Mike's Wednesday Words of Wisdom. And it's your chance to win some prizes here on the show, 877-99 on Fox. Plus Spot, who's on our videos, Covino and Rich FSR streaming live. He's getting ready for Midweek Major, the biggest stories in sports and pop culture. We still have NBA to talk about, but again, wrapping up what to expect. We speculated on last night. Two great teams. It was the Blue Jays night. Vladdy set the tone. Did Shohei come out too early? That's the debate. But tonight, I'm not the kind of guy that makes predictions, but just based on, I'm seeing this as a prize fight. Like I said, a back and forth, Rocky, Drago, back and forth heavyweight bout.
It does.
You know, his round, their round. And Blue Jays won last round. Dodgers win this round. I also think it's because Blake Snell's on the mound, and he has something to prove tonight. Last time we saw him was Game 1. And that's the game they lost 11-4. And he knew that he didn't have his best, and he has something to do tonight to prove everybody wrong because he didn't look like he had it last game.
But then again,
he said, and he learned a lot. If you remember, he talked about how much he learned. That was what I was getting at. How much he learned from that loss. We'll see it.
Not to get rocked by the Blue Jays?
Yeah, see how it's executed tonight. I believe that. That was like his whole stance on Game 1, what he learned from that loss. So let's see it tonight, and I just think that it's going to be a tough, close battle, but the Dodgers win tonight.
I was just going to say, Danny G, look up the home and away splits for Blake Snell, but I'm like, he didn't even pitch for the Dodgers really this year, so there's no real data to look at. I'm like, I wonder if he does better at Dodger Stadium, and then I'm thinking, did he ever really even pitch this season at Dodger Stadium?
And, Rich, I like the thought of Mookie Betts finally breaks this little slump, this postseason slump.
It's a fun pick, fun bet to make, right? I love Mookie, and if it's any sign, today my son's Mookie Betts jersey came in the mail, so jersey's here. I'm allowing, hurts my Mets heart, I'm allowing my son to wear a Mookie Betts jersey, so today's Mookie's day. I'm going to make that prop bet in a little bit.
All right, so your thoughts, 877-99 on Fox, 877-99 on Fox. Your thoughts on Game 4, Game 5 tonight.
Now, I had another thought, and it has to do with one of my other favorite sports, hot dog eating.
Okay.
Did you see Joey Chestnut? Iowa Sam's like, Joey Chestnut? How is he in the news? I saw that.
I'm a bigger fan of Crazy Legs Conti.
Another great competitive eater. You guys know I Show Speed, social media YouTuber.
I think most people listening to Fox Sports remembers he challenged Tyreek Hill in a race. He challenged everybody.
He did some stuff with Tom Brady. He's got the ear and the eye of a lot of important people.
He's known for being really fast. He has a YouTube series that celebrities came out to support recently in the news. Everybody loves this guy. He's fast, but is he like professional level fast? I don't think so.
Well, I Show Speed.
You know why? Because Amendola was schooling him when he did that thing with Tom Brady.
I mean, Amendola is one of the best slot receivers of the last 25 years. But
I'm
then again, he is old now. I know
he's older
old
now.
He's
retired, and this guy's supposed to be the fastest dude online.
Well, the headline says, I Show Speed could do a lot of things, but beating Joey Chestnut in a hot dog eating contest is not one of them. The mustard belt holder, Joey Chestnut, obviously hanging with this guy. He's got some social media and YouTube buzz. They had a hot dog eating contest, and he gave him a 2-minute head start. In 3 minutes, this dude ate 5 hot dogs. In 1 minute, Joey Chestnut ate 11. But you're wondering, Rich, why are you bringing this up? It's the World Series. It's football season. I saw something else that made me think of where I'm going. Have you seen that viral picture of the NBA ref who's standing as tall as he could possibly stand? And Wembanyama has his hands on his knees, almost bending down, like, getting a breath. And him bending down was still significantly taller than this referee.
It was all over, yeah. We got more Wembanyama to talk about, too. But, yeah, that clip has gone viral.
How am I tying Wemby and hot dog eating and all this together? I'm wondering if you had the opportunity to get up close, compete, observe, hang with someone of greatness, just to see what it must look like up close, who would your choice be? Because this guy's thinking, I'm going to house some hot dogs, and he got a front row seat of the gluttony that is Joey Chestnut. I know if you wanted to see, man, I want to see, you brought up a good one. I don't want to steal your answer, but you were saying earlier, Steph Curry. Imagine if you just shot around with Steph at the gym.
I think he's the number one answer. This dude's making circus shots. Like, could have been a Globetrotter. Like, you know what I mean?
Like imagine you're
that's why I'm in broadcasting, because I could never be anything close to as great as this guy when it comes to shooting.
Like, imagine if you're at the YMCA or the 24-hour fitness, and all of a sudden you're like, hey, Steph, let's shoot around. You'd realize how quickly you suck and how quickly this guy is like, does he miss a shot? I don't think he misses a shot.
So based on I Show Speed taking on Joey Chestnut on a one-on-one, who would you like to take on one-on-one just to see the difference? Just to see, not because you think you could beat him, because let's be real about it.
Just to see the differential,
just to
right?
see how freaking good they
like you
really
might say,
are.
You might say, I want to get in the batter's box just to see what Paul Skeens looks like.
That's fear. I prefer like the game of horse, because it's just you could kind of compete and have fun and like not get hurt. Seeing a sizzler coming at you from Skeens, man, I don't know if I'd even want to get in the batter's box.
What is your answer? What would you want to see up close, a la Chestnut? Let us know your thoughts at Covino Rich. And the number, 877-99 on Fox. We'll take your feedback next. there's a lot of chatter of last night, the NBA heavily leaning into nostalgia.
Our generation is a generation that feeds and lives off of nostalgia.
Lives off it. So it brings me to my big thought of the day, which is you're breaking out round ball rock. Everyone loves it, right? Basketball, yeah.
I'm gonna dunk it.
You got round ball rock. You got MJ.
Mike Tirico's voice, which was cool.
You got Tirico. Listen, they're hitting on everything. But then again, so I feel that, and then I say, well, I remember what Tony Soprano said on The Sopranos, which is,
remember when is the lowest form of conversation.
remember when is the lowest form of conversation.
Well, you know what I always took from that? I respect Tony Soprano. Gotta respect The Sopranos.
Gabagool.
I think it's always fun to look back. You just can't live there too long.
That is the answer. There's nothing wrong with looking back. In fact, we always say that two things can be true. The NBA could be leaning too much on nostalgia. Nostalgia could be amazing, and it could also be a crutch.
And I feel
all
like
these things could be true.
on The Sopranos, what Tony was saying there is like this whole night we've been reminiscing, and that's fun and all, but like let's bring it up to current date a little bit. Like even if you're hanging out with your buddies, it's always a remember when conversation, and that's fun. When you realize that's all you got, that's when it's stale, and that's when you realize, like, yeah, we got nothing more than that.
Yeah, they were interviewing the current stars of the NBA, and they asked them, what's your favorite NBA on NBC moment in the 90s? And most of them were like, I don't have one. I was too little, or I
They
wasn't
weren't
born yet.
alive.
Anthony Edwards said, I don't know, Michael Jordan. So, yeah, for the younger generation, none of that's going to hit with them. It's going to hit with us, but not them.
For the younger generation, it's all new to them. What do they know about John Tesh? Probably nothing, but it's new to them, right? So nostalgic
That
to
part,
us.
that part of it is. But if we lean too much in the past, that's not going to play well for the younger audience.
But like I said, when I feel Tony Soprano was saying there should be a mix of it, like let's talk about something current or let's bring it up to speed now or else we got nothing. I think the NBA does that just by having young players in the league, and that's the perfect balance. Like I'm not against it. I think it's cool because you're bringing some of the old school cats back into what they enjoyed and what made that 90s era so great. And then for anyone too young to remember, it's new to them anyway, so who cares?
What did Mr. Miyagi teach Daniel LaRusso?
To wax on, wax off?
Balance.
Oh.
Danielson. It's all about balance, because if you
I
can
always
balance,
thought the wax off part was a little weird.
Hey, go wax off. What? If you balance nostalgia just the right way, the example that Covino is alluding to, if you get drinks with an old college buddy, let's say you break your conversations down into a pie chart of 100%. If 50% of your conversations like, yo, remember when John in college got drunk and did this, but you got to mix that in with, yo, tell me about your kids. I see your kids playing football, and yo, your daughter, how's your wife doing? Hey, tell me about your job. Like you
Right.
You can't live 100% in, hey,
Because
remember when we were at that frat party, you know?
If you can't vibe on what's going on now, that means like all your friendship and all your love is based on things that happened in the past. And you do notice that a lot with some old school friends and old school relationships. It's like, yeah, we got nothing here now. Nothing in common now. No conversations to have now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you want to talk about I don't know, a new band that's out and they still want to talk about Pearl Jam. And it's like, can we talk about something now? And you realize that your friendship and your relationship only lives then. It has to be a great balance. And I think that's what the NBA is going for. I don't think the NBA is going for old school nostalgia. That's impossible. You got young players on the court.
It's a league that is really banking on some young stars to step it up. So why not throw in a little dipping of nostalgia?
with a bat. Who's bat? Covino and Rich, Fox Sports Radio.
Not Paez' bat. That's not going to be in the lineup tonight.
You know, it's so funny. If you're just a casual sports fan and you're tuning in, like the misconceptions you would have. You're like, Paez sucks. Bet sucks. And you're thinking all these random dudes are great. You know, Kike Hernandez, man, that guy's a beast.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's a big World
When you
Series
say
postseason player.
casual, like your mom or something. But
But you'll
most
have
people,
different misconceptions.
Most people know Mookie Betts. I think the average person knows Mookie Betts is a superstar. But a guy like Paez, I don't think people realize he hit 25 homers, 24 27 home runs. Like that's when we were kids. That's like one guy in each team hit 27 home runs.
It's funny, though. You said your parents. Did you say that? Or was I thinking that? Because I just got off the phone with my mom when before I got here. She's like, Paez sucks. Oh, yeah, he's pretty good, though. I don't know. And then I looked up his numbers, and I was shocked. Yeah, like 27. You don't follow him. I don't follow Dodgers day in, day out. Well, I didn't know he had 27 home runs, 80-something RBIs.
Does your mom want to get involved? Because I think this week, Danny, at the end of the week, maybe we play another round of Does Rich's mom know?
Let's go. Yeah, we even have the production ready for that game, so it's official.
I'm always down for Will Rich's mom know.
It's a fun game.
Now, we're playing games today. Mike's Wednesday Words of Wisdom. If you could repeat them verbatim, you win a Nerf football, a CNR on FSR ball, plus midweek major. But let's go to the phone calls at 877-9905.
It's a fun question. Based on Joey Chestnut eating hot dogs with a YouTuber, based on you seeing the referee shorter than Wemby bending down, who would you want to just go up against just to see, oh, my God, how good are they? And you said Steph in the gym's the number one answer. Let's go to Chris in Ohio. What's up, Chris?
Hey, fellas.
What's
Thanks
up,
for
man?
having me on.
Hey, thank you.
Hey,
buddy.
who would I like to go up against? I'd like to tee it up with Scotty Scheffler, Rory McIlroy. They can tee up from the tips. I'll go to the ladies' tees or the forward tees, whatever they call them now.
Yeah,
And,
DB, that's a good one. Dan Byer's a golfer. I'd imagine the average guy seeing a guy that doesn't really miss, right? Especially on the courses the average guy plays, like these pros would seem like perfect.
Yes, absolutely. And good correction, forward tees. We don't call them the ladies' tees anymore.
Yeah, forward tees. I think another one might be tennis. Like, imagine you tried to return a serve
Impossible.
from like an Alcaraz or
Impossible.
something.
No way. You wouldn't be able to.
You'd be feeling so weak. RT in Virginia. What's up, RT?
Hey, guys. Yeah, I have always wondered what a Shaquille O'Neal box out would feel like.
Oh, you're backing up to him at the gym. You're trying to get a little hook
I
shot.
heard someone talking about this recently. It was a defender, former defender in the NFL, and he said, I would love to feel what it would be like to take a hit and tackle a scatteroo, because there were certain people in the league that he knew what it felt like to tackle that person and how they felt like a little brick coming at him and stuff. So there are certain things that are interesting. If it was a one-on-one situation, what would you like to experience? All right. Now,
we got to go over the play of the day real quick.
We do.
Time for our Tyrek play of the day. The Blue Jays were the team that broke through the 18-inning hangover last night.
2-1. Vladdy hits it high. Left field. Hernandez back on the track. Looks up. It is gone. Plakata. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. puts them in the lead with a 2-run shot. 2-1 Blue Jays in the top of the third.
And that was it, man. That set the tone. That's courtesy of Blue Jays Radio Network. That was our Tire Rack play of the day.
And Tyrek's been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive for years. Ship fast and free. Free road hazard protection. Mobile tire installation. Our good friends at TireRack.com. We'll take all the rest of your feedback on who you'd want to go up against, plus words of wisdom and midweek major, all next hour.
It's Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. Are you ready?
Yes! We talk about pop culture, we talk about sports, we talk about life.
It's a friendship on the radio. When you talk about the best athlete in the world, you're probably thinking Jim Thorpe, right?
I'm thinking
joking.
Bo Jackson.
I'd have to throw myself at the age of 12 into the conversation.
You are the home run champion. When you find the commonality between sports and life, those analogies and conversations are the best. You were dating some girl, and you were like, hey, babe, let's watch The Sixth Sense. Her mom walked in. Can you believe he was dead the whole time?
I wanted to get up.
Well, slow down, Dana White.
I don't want to say It's never boring.
If the Chiefs win,
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
Our friendship is real. It's authentic. You can't fake the fun.
we're the type of guys you'd want to hang out with at a sports bar. Best way to pick someone up at a bar?
Yeah.
Go up to a cute girl and say, oh, look at that bozo over there. And I'll point to you. We could make fun of each other, poke each other a little bit.
I call him Blubber Lips, Rich Davis, because he never stops talking.
He thinks he's the Mexican Fonz.
Yeah.
At any point, he's wearing a chain. You have a chain on?
Always.
Of course he has a chain on.
That's like asking me if I'm wearing cologne right now. Of course I am. We take a lot of pride in being inclusive and interactive on our show. Just the more the merrier.
Josh, Covino thinks that every man should own a leather jacket.
I only wear vegan leather.
Can you believe this guy?
I can't believe this guy. We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all's show. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
Mike Tyson, Covino, loves to just challenge us with random Mike Tyson trivia.
Which accomplished celebrity purchased my sprawling Connecticut estate?
I'm going to go 50 Cent.
You are absolutely correct. 50 Cent. I love his song.
You can't schedule a big event
You
during
can't.
a big sports moment.
My family member scheduled their wedding the same night as a Julio Cesar Chavez fight. Everyone was glued to that fight instead of doing the electric slide.
This is weak.
Unbelievable. You're very tricky.
America, you got sports, you got fun, you got us.
Covino and Rich.
We're crushing it.
The Dodgers' batting order for Game 5 of the World Series tonight against the Blue Jays looks a little different than it did in Game 4 against Toronto. Tonight, Mookie Betts drops a spot in the lineup. Will Smith will now bat second with Betts third. That means Freddie Freeman bats cleanup for L.A. Andy Pages is out of the lineup. Alex Call now into the starting lineup. Call will bat ninth to play left field. Kike Hernandez moves over to play center field. It's the Jays and Dodgers. Coverage on Fox, 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Treya Savage against Blake Snell. LSU's Board of Governors and not AD Scott Woodward will hire LSU's next head football coach. That was the message today from Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry. In the NFL, Lions and defensive end Aiden Hutchinson agreed on a 4-year extension worth $180 million. A full practice today for Vikings quarterback J.J. McCarthy, who's expected to start against the Lions in Week 9. Bryce Young on the practice field for the Panthers, while Bengals quarterback Joe Flacco 50-50 to face the Bears. I'm Dan Beyer.
Man, another action-packed show.
Another
In fact,
action-packed hour.
this hour is going to be great because we have midweek major. Mike, who runs this place,
Yeah.
Who?
who's dressed today like he's part of the Dodgers training staff.
Never heard of them.
He's going to be doing his words of wisdom, so he'll be in here. You can see for yourself on our YouTube page
So funny.
just a few minutes from now.
Is he in full uniform?
He's wearing stirrups only. We'll get to that. And a quote that isn't even a quote. We got to go over in a second. Covino said something off the air that he heard Tom Brady talking about, and I think it's fantastic.
All right. But in the meantime, let's rock out.
Doing it live from the Fox Sports Radio studio.
CNR show sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL and NBA.
Ooh.
Right now, use promo code CRSHOW, CRSHOW for Covino and Rich Show. Claim your special offer, your offerings at DraftKings. Again, that's promo code CRSHOW, DraftKings. The crown is yours. And a reminder, with the iHeartRadio app, stream us wherever, whenever. Catch all your favorite Fox Sports Radio shows live 24/7. Just download the iHeartRadio app to your phone and connects right to your car. Take it wherever you want to go, and make sure you preset it number 1 and check out Covino and Rich. And if you have friends who are like, where do I hear Covino and Rich? Tell them about the iHeartRadio app, all right?
And if you don't have friends, hey, thanks for listening, loser. All right, look at Albert Pujols on MLB TV. He's up for a gig, huh? Pujols probably going to be one of those guys that, when all said and done, we'll look at as a manager as well. I know he was in the running for a few gigs. One of the best of our lifetime.
Now, going to wrap up your phone calls. If you could do a one-on-one, I Show Speed versus Joey Chestnut. That's the viral story today.
Yeah.
I Show Speed makes all these videos on YouTube, and he's challenging Joey Chestnut because Joey Chestnut's the GOAT.
Yeah.
So he wants to see where he sizes up. Who would you be interested in seeing where you size up, or just to see how good they really are in person? It's not like you have any intention on beating them, but just to feel or experience, like, there's some maniacs out there that would love to feel a heavyweight punch to the gut. I'm not one of them.
No, but there are maniacs who'd be like, I want to see what Deontay Wilder's right hand feels like.
Right.
Not me.
Yeah, I'm not one of those guys. That's why I said,
You know?
like, for me, it's Steph Curry, because I would let's play horse, just so I could see how insanely disgusting this dude is in person.
Because
when he's just shooting around at the gym.
You see how he shoots with the elite of the elite defending him.
Right.
At the gym, there are times where I don't think Steph misses a shot. So that's a great answer. The Chestnut one is funny because you're right. You want to see, like, if I'm a slob, in my most slobby slob moments, this guy could still put down 5 times as many hot dogs as me.
It could be anyone's profession, though, just to see how. Hey, I want to see how good these guys really are.
Oh, why don't
I'll
you
be
tell
honest,
me?
when
Why don't you
people,
tell me?
You want to hear my ego? My ego is my amigo. Want to hear my ego talk real quick?
Please, here we go.
When some jabroni says, "Hey, will you be on my podcast?" Let's say it's just some comedian jabroni.
Yeah.
You want me to be on your podcast, and then I start doing like broadcasting circles around him just to show off a little bit. I take over the whole show. But yeah, that's how you do it, buddy.
Oh man, look at you.
Well, yeah.
Why don't you tell everyone? Why don't you tell everyone?
Welcome to the big leagues.
Why don't you tell everyone else what you said off the air?
What did I say?
You were saying you were wondering how you could hang with adult film stars.
I didn't say that, but I was thinking it. I was thinking it though, but I didn't say it. You read my mind.
All right, let's say hi to Josh in Ohio. Josh, there's a couple stories going on about regular people with the pros. What's up, man?
So I will never claim to be a beast in the weight room. My comfort level, I can probably bench press 3 sets of the bar with 25-pound on each. But I would love to just spot Mark Henry, the world's strongest man, to see what his comfort level is.
You know,
not necessarily.
Yeah.
It's a great one. It's a really cool answer. In fact, Mike, who runs this place, will be here later. He did say, I'd love to arm wrestle the strongest man alive, just to.
Oh, Hawk.
Mike, I don't know if you know, Mike was an extra in Over the Top in 1985.
Yeah, he said he'd love to just experience that, just to feel the strength, to see where he sizes up.
When Mike turns his Dodger hat backwards, watch out.
Oh, yeah.
Danny, you're a strong guy. You're a big guy. I know you love when people call you big guy.
Big dog.
Imagine being on the line of scrimmage opposite like Trent Williams. And being just tossed around like a rag doll. I would do that. I wouldn't mind taking that type of hit. I'm not taking a punch from Tyson Fury. But if you said, all right, Rich, you're a defensive lineman. Also, I'm 6 foot, 195 pounds. I would love to try to penetrate the offensive line that like a Trent Williams is on. He would take you with one hand, fling you. I would love to. Honestly, I'd be okay with that. With pads on, would you let someone like that fling you just to see?
I don't know, man. The moral of the story is we underestimate,
of course,
the greatness. You know, we sit there on our couch and speculate and point our fingers. And
Bro,
I saw a UFC dude. I forget who it was, but it was a viral clip where he broke two. You know, remember how Bo Jackson would break a bat over his helmet and snap one over his knee? This dude snapped 2 bats in a hold. Some UFC guy, two bats.
I was at my daughter's.
Imagine what he could do to your arm.
I was at my daughter's softball practice the other day, and just for fun, me and one of the other dads cranked up the softball machine where you were smelling the rubber burn from those wheels. We had the softball machine going at 75, and we did the calculations based on how far we were. It was the equivalent of a 100-mile-an-hour baseball pitch. The minute the ball goes in the machine, you have to immediately make a decision.
All right, I got a fun one.
And then you realize, like, wow, guys are doing this in the big leagues,
I got a fun one
making a decision.
Because I got criticized. I even got called out. I got called out for this. I'm like, dude, I could totally pepper Jenny Finch any day of the week.
Good luck.
You know, shorten up on the bat and just beep, beep, beep. And Rich called me out. She was on our show one time. She's like, yeah, right. And I'm like, yeah, I probably can't. But I would love to try that because it feels less dangerous. Let's go.
She would make
Wouldn't you want to see? Yeah, she would make it, but you would love to see how foolish, right? All right, how great are you?
Rich, back to a hard hit in the NFL. I'd love to lead you with a pass, Garoppolo style, to the middle of the field. Have Derwin James hit you.
Ooh.
I want to see what that feels like. Or let Mike Tyson hit you one time in your shoulder as hard as he can.
Oh, man. Yeah, these are things you don't want. Now, Chris Long was on a podcast. I think he was busting with the boys, who I'm a fan of. They do great stuff.
It went viral. It's what I was talking about before about he was saying he'd love to tackle or feel what it's like to hit Scatterbo.
It was a great thought from a former player. He said, Chris Long was saying, when tackling Marshawn Lynch, he remembers it felt like his framework and bones were like quickcrete, like he was just concrete, like trying to take down Marshawn Lynch.
Said he was like a brick wall.
And then he said, like a guy like Michael Turner on the Falcons always felt like you were trying to like move a big bowling ball, like a wrecking ball.
He'd bounce off you like a heavy bowling
And he's
ball.
like, you wonder, those guys wonder, I wonder what it's like to tackle that guy or match up with this guy.
Scatterbo was the one he was thinking about, and Adrian Peterson. But again, these guys are maniacs, right? So I can imagine that. I would never sign up for that. But what comes to mind for you?
Bob in York, PA. What's up, Bob?
Hi, guys. Good afternoon.
Hey, what's up, Bob?
I was thinking about your premise, and I changed it in my head a little bit. You can pay to get up close and see professional athletes.
Yeah.
I was thinking about what a great experience would be to play a round of golf with someone like Charles Barkley or Seth Curry.
Oh, like one of those guys that like you're not quite sure how good they are because they're not pros, but they're like
that is fun.
You know, that's a great answer.
That's fun.
You know,
because someone that golfs and takes it serious could probably hang. I bet you DB could hang with those dudes.
Know what I thought? You can hang with like a Barkley, you think?
I could hang with Barkley. Steph's pretty good. I don't think I could hang with Steph.
But you wouldn't embarrass yourself.
I would hope not.
Yeah.
I played in a few pro-ams before, which is the day before a PGA Tour event. And the experience that I was going to say was we would play down at Torrey Pines in San Diego in advance of that event. And Rodney Harrison, former Charger safety, Patriots, was in our group. So there were Charger fans. Nobody really cared about except Tiger Woods or Phil Mickelson or the other star players. But there were fans that were following us because Rodney was playing in our group because they were Charger fans.
Our favorite Fox Sports Radio guy.
Well, that's the funny.
And Rodney Harrison.
Yeah. They wanted to stick around, so your shots were actually being watched by, like other people who were there in attendance. May have been a group of 20 people following, but people wanted to watch him play, so in turn, they were watching us play, and it was a little bit more nerve-wracking than you would realize, and because normally pro-ams don't have like the full gallery around, but yeah, there's a little something to that.
Was it distracting when Covino screamed out, "Jackass"?
You know what? You made me think of, while he was telling that story, great story, by the way, DB, I was thinking of other things in our world of broadcasting where I felt this, and I've noticed this. As a rock fan, DB loves his golf. I love my rock. I've felt this way so many times where I'm like, all right, that's why I broadcast and back to the drawing board or continue practicing, man, because this is where it's at. I've seen excellence, and I've seen it with Eddie Van Halen. Like, I was at a sound check, and I saw this dude just doing his thing. And you're like, you're watching a master at work, and that's why they are who they are. That was insane. And then it's unexpected people. I know he has a good reputation, but you wouldn't know. Mark Tremonti is the lead guitar player for Creed, and he's known for being great. But, dude, when you see him in person, you're like, oh, man, this dude is nasty.
Yeah. Musicians, I was actually going to bring up that category. I don't know how familiar people are. I think a lot of dudes may have been exposed to him on the Howard Stern show. Charlie Puth. Charlie Puth is an artist that has perfect pitch, hears music, plays it, sees it in colors. Charlie Puth is one of those guys that on the spot. He was recently on Fallon, and he made a song out of gibberish, right?
Well, they did the what was it? Keep It 100 or something, like the fake YouTube sketch. It was so good. He has comedic chops as well.
This may have been something a little different. Was this the song?
This was the song. Yeah, he built a song. But that guy, he could sit down right now and with perfect pitch, you could be talking, and he's like, you're talking in the key of F, the key of G, and then he could just play anything at any time. And I've seen him up close, and it's remarkable. It really is.
So who would you like to experience that from? In sports, in life, whatever. Kevin, you're on the show. We'll wrap it up. And again, this is based on a story where I Show Speed has challenged Joey Chestnut, but not because he thinks he could beat him, just to see how great he is and see where he stands.
And the results were he scarfed down 5 hot dogs in 3 minutes. He gave Joey Chestnut 2 minutes to just sit there, and in 1 minute, Chestnut ate 11 hot dogs.
He's the GOAT. It's so stupid, but he really is that great.
What's up, Kev?
I would say I would have to go with the great Tom Brady. Because I'll tell you right now, he'll get out the booth and he'll take that Raiders quarterback position like no tomorrow. He'll be like, Tom's our quarterback.
Kev, I'm glad you brought up Tom Brady because there was a quote.
It wasn't a quote. It was just something he said.
Well, if he said it could be a quote, right?
Yeah, well, I'm saying it was just something he said in an interview that stuck out to me. And the question was something along the lines, I'm saying it's not like a famous quote. It's something that he said.
Meaning a quote?
I mean, is everything you say a quote?
I believe so.
Really? Then you've made a lot of quotes.
You were
today.
about to say I've said some stupid
Yeah.
You stopped yourself.
So let me quote all the dumb things you've said.
And you can quote me on that.
I'm just saying it's not something where and you could quote me on that.
Oh,
or
so
famous.
for it to be a quote, you have to follow it up with.
It was
You
just
can
part of
quote
a
me on
random
that?
conversation that stood out to me. And the question was, he was on some podcast, and it was like, man, Tom, you were picked, so low in the draft, and no one had any expectations from you, man. How do you explain that? And he said something along the lines of, I was never.
To quote Tom Brady.
I was never the fastest guy, obviously. I was never the guy with the strongest arm. I was never the, biggest guy. And he goes, I think people see the combine picture and they make their assessments and they see the scores and they make their assessments, but there was never any measurement for my competitiveness. And I think people always underestimated my competitiveness. And that's the reasoning as to why it's always such a shock. You're like, that guy?
Well, I think that is.
He was pretty average when it came to everything, but when it came to his competitive nature, he was above and beyond everyone.
I'm a firm believer that is the one blind spot.
Yeah.
In assessing players in any sport.
There's no stat for that. It's the intangible. It's the most important intangible in life, in my opinion.
There's no way you could assess it no matter what you do. You could sit down with someone and they could tell you, and you do a song and dance on, I just want to win, coach. I'm the most competitive guy. Trust me. You can't. It's unmeasurable. So when you see guys that were late round picks in any sport, and you're like, man, how did someone miss this guy? They didn't miss him. It's just you can't
measure that.
You can't analytics, sabermetrics, whatever the system is, you can't measure.
And if someone ever underestimates that, a la Tom Brady, man, he's got a lot to prove.
Quote him.
Now it's a quote.
Yeah. Speaking of quotes, hello, Big Mike, who runs this place.
Yeah, boy.
Hello, gentlemen.
Mike, how are the Dodgers doing? You look like you just got out of the weight room training them.
Yeah.
He just taped Shohei's ankle.
Yeah.
Got to have the logo. Got to represent.
I love it.
All right.
So Big Mike, who runs this place, comes in here every week, and he gives us words of wisdom. And these words of wisdom, I take home and I tell my kids. I teach my kids Mike's words of wisdom.
I do too. Yeah.
And when I say them out loud, that makes it a quote.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Quote them. Now, so what you got to do is you just have to repeat Mike's words of wisdom verbatim, word for word. Verbatim means word for word. And you win a prize. It's that simple. See if you could learn something today. Take it away, Big Mike.
It's time for the guy that runs this place.
Just for clarification, guys, Big Mike does not run this place. He is not in charge of everything. He has no power over really anybody here. He does not run this place.
It's Big Mike's Words of Wisdom on a Wednesday.
True intelligence is using what you know to make it look like you knew it all along.
Oh, that's a goodie. You want to give it to us one more time, Mike? Or
One
what?
more time. True intelligence is using what you know to make it look like you knew it all along.
Wow. Hey, repeat that word for word.
Word for word.
And boom, you win.
You win a CNR on FSR Turbo Ball. So if you won in the past, you could win again because these are brand new, upgraded, updated. They got a little more weight to them. I like them a lot better. The Turbo Balls. Can't wait to get the inventory in, but we have our samples, and they're dope. So
Covino's
your chance to win now, 877-99 on Fox.
Covino said, I needed a little more girth.
We need a little more weight behind
Yeah, a
them.
little more.
Yeah, so new and improved.
All right, let's go back to our previous conversation just to wrap up some of these phone calls. We'll get a winner, then we'll do midweek major. So, hey, love hanging with you guys. Chad in Missouri, based on that Joey Chestnut story and all the conversations we had, who would you want to be up close and personal with just to size up how dominant they are? Chad.
Oh, hey,
Yeah.
what's up, guys?
What's up, bud?
Yeah, just sitting here playing billiards, and I was thinking about Efren Reyes, man. Like, you think you're pretty good at playing pool until you're hanging out with your buddies, having a couple drinks. You think you can make anything. You get to watch this guy. Wow.
Yeah, dude, they'll run the table on you. You'll never even get a shot.
Who was that woman that was on our show back in
Black
the day?
Widow.
The Black Widow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Legends. And you know what? I'm surprised no one said, like, just to see Wembanyama, just to see, you can't even fit in a frame in a photo with that guy. Right? Like, it's like the top of your head and the rest of his body. Like, just to size yourself up against what might be our future GOAT.
Now, we're in the middle of the World Series. I remember at an MLB All-Star Fan Fest one year, they had a rendering of how big Randy Johnson would look 60 feet and 6 inches away from you. Like, there was a batter's box. They replicated the field, and it was like not just a cardboard cutout. It was almost like statuesque of Randy Johnson. And just you being in that batter's box, you were like, oh, my God, like, he looks so big and so close, and thinking that he was whipping that left hand.
That's why they have these things at fan experiences where you could put your handprint in like Michael Jordan's handprint. You know, you could size yourself up and see why they are who they are.
Who hasn't been to
and why you made your choices?
Who hasn't
in life?
been to some NBA event or a game where they have on display, like, here's Shaq's sneaker, and you're like, oh, my God. That's how big his foot is? Jesus.
You could sleep in it.
Yeah.
In the shoe.
That's where the little old lady lives.
Yeah.
In that shoe.
In Shaq's shoe. All right. So while we get the rest of your phone calls, let's get a contestant for Mike's Wednesday Words of Wisdom. I think we have one, right, Danny G?
Yeah, let's go to Mississippi. Matt.
Hey, Matt. Big Mike's
right.
still here, so Mike has to give approval if you win here. If you win here, so let's go.
All right, here we go. True intelligence is using what you know to make it look like you knew all along.
Oh,
Nope.
That's a negative, bro. So close.
Man, sorry, bro.
Just missed
close.
it. Just missed it, dude. So I wrote it down as he said it. You missed it by one word. All right, 877-99 on Fox. Again, you can play again next week, but appreciate you. You got to get it word for word.
By the way, I did have an opportunity to arm wrestle Mark Henry once, but he wanted a C note, and I was out of cash.
Oh,
I
really?
had no. Yeah, he told me he would arm wrestle me for $100, and I didn't have any cash.
You know, Rich and I'm not saying they're the epitome of greatness, but we had Oasis on our show one time, and we're part of their DVD. I don't know if you knew that,
Did
Rich.
you arm wrestle them?
No, but we said, hey, man, we got a guitar. You mind playing something for us? Because we just want to hear a little,
Right.
maybe. I don't really want to know. They go, not unless you got $100,000 on you.
And I was
Dang,
like-
we got shot down.
And I chuckled like they were joking. They're like, no, mate, for real.
Yeah, we're not playing nothing for you,
and that
man.
was a hell of an interview.
And then the opposite of that really quick, he did this for your guys' show as well as my morning show back in the day. Wyclef Jean would just carry his guitar around everywhere with him.
Yeah, you're
And,
right.
like,
Some people are willing to show
Yeah.
their skills, and other people are like, yep, yeah, right. All right, so we'll wrap up your phone calls, and we'll find a winner, all right?
All right,
Mike's
perfect.
Wednesday Words of Wisdom Plus. Midweek Major, the biggest stories in sports and pop culture. We do that next. What do you think the top-selling Halloween candies are? We
Good
all know
question.
everybody has their personal favorite.
Now, I'll give you the top 5.
Yeah.
Top 5. One non-chocolate makes the list. What do you think it is?
One non-chocolate. I got it.
The mini bags of?
Oh, mini bags of Starburst.
The little Sour Patch.
Oh, really?
The little Sour Patch. Number 4, Kit Kat, which I think is the go-to. Those mini Kit Kats. I've convinced myself.
How do you pass up on them? You know what I mean?
I've convinced myself.
This is why people get fat.
I've convinced myself 25 of those equal one real Kit Kat. And I'm like, no, probably like 4.
That's Halloween dad mess.
Yeah,
Twix.
Yeah.
Twix
Same
Smash.
with
You start
Twix.
pulling your dad's trick. Remember your dad's trick of the 80s? Like, yeah, I need to check the candy for razor blades or whatever. And you would take all the good stuff.
It's about 12 Twix, mini Twix equal like one real Twix, right?
It equals like one half of a Twix.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, I think you're right about
It equals
that.
one left Twix.
So, Sour Patch Kids 5, Kit Kat
Yeah.
4, number 3, can I guess?
3 and 2 are boring, but there's legends.
It's the M&M brand.
M&M, and then number 2 is peanut M&Ms. That's your number 2. And the number 1 candy. I saw a documentary on the History Channel where you do some work. The food that built America. There was a candy episode about Hershey and Reese's and all
Yeah.
that. Reese's peanut butter cup. It was a dude, Reese's decided, no one ever decided to combine peanut butter and chocolate. And when he did, he was like,
So you remember those goofy commercials? You got your chocolate in my peanut butter.
You
you put my peanut butter in my chocolate.
that's your number 1 Halloween candy.
Number 1. And by the way, that's another one. If they're laying around, you're not eating one. This is where it all begins. All the damage begins. So those are the top 5 Halloween candies.
Yeah.
Can I just say that my personal favorite is $100 grand? And I say that because like you don't see them at the store and throughout the regular
Yeah.
time of the year. And I cannot resist $100
Well,
grand.
it's
I
got
think
all
it's the perfect.
It's got all the perfect little
It's got the
ingredients.
crunchies, the caramel. Like I can't pass up that little turd nugget called $100 grand.
Oh, that's a great little turd nugget.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's my personal favorite. But yeah, what's yours and what do you think of that? And that got us thinking when it comes to sports related candies, sports related candy, what do you think of?
Being that I go to the snack shack like 3 days a week with my kids at the baseball and softball field.
Yeah.
I think one that I don't see anymore, but we loved as kids. You always bring it up. I feel like you loved it more than I did.
Because if you went to Moe's or Herman's or give me another one. Gotta go to Moe's.
A Sports Authority?
Sports Authority, Big Five. They always had Gator gum right there at the register.
The Gatorade gum.
And I'll give an honorable mention to Quench gum. But Gator gum, I could salivate thinking about it.
You ever see a picture and you could taste it? Like,
Yeah, that one.
that sounds dirty.
Whoa,
hey,
Choking on your own saliva.
But that makes me think of another gum.
Dude, it's making him actually
I
salivate.
think I have a Gator gum from 82 stuck in my throat right now. From the mid 80s.
I'll let you
Invented by Jim Bouton. Another gum.
Yeah.
Former MLB pitcher, New York Yankee Jim Bouton, made a shredded gum to emulate tobacco. And that's Big League Chew.
Yeah. You know what? kids still love it. It's still at the Snack Shack. Kids love some Big League Chew. And Aaron Judge became one of the faces of Big League Chew. So it's sort of back in a big way.
Speaking of Yankees that hit home runs, number 44 himself, from 78 to 81, the Reggie bar was a big deal. Reggie Jackson had his own bar, but it ended in 81, but it came back for nostalgic reasons in the 90s and the 2010s. Like it goes away and comes
like a
back.
Reggie turd.
Like a patty, yeah, like a
a Reggie turd. Looks like Reggie had corn for dinner.
And you know what? We left the best for last, but it's really a misconception, like Dave Concepcion.
Yeah.
It's a misconception. And that's the Baby Ruth, number
Baby
one.
Ruth?
And everyone thinks it's about Babe Ruth, and I'm going to let you believe that, but apparently it's not. It was invented in 1921, and it was a tribute to Ruth Cleveland, Grover Cleveland's daughter.
Bullshit.
But everyone thinks it's Babe Ruth, so we say it's Babe Ruth, and we move on.
Popularized by Sloth.
There you go.
All right.
And wait, hold on. Can I just, for the old guys watching, buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks? Come on, dude.
What's Cracker Jacks?
Me.
I do like Cracker Jacks.
Yeah, how do you not like them? What are you, a fiddle fat old guy?
Caramel popcorn. How can you hate it?
What are you,
You buying Cracker Jacks at the stadium?
What are you, a Crunch and Munch guy?
Well,
Last time I had Cracker Jacks, it looked like this box.
I mean,
You weren't a fan of the prize?
You should dress up as a little Cracker Jack guy for Halloween.
Yo, total random note when it talks about witnessing greatness, like on a selfish level. Don't you wish you can get a haircut from like one of the best just to see what they could do? You come out looking like Zoolander or something cool. Like, oh man, I didn't know I could.
Thought?
Or like a real professional interior designer, and they're like,
Okay, that's all right.
and all of a sudden your pad is like super dope.
Listen, we're
You're like, oh man, that's why you're one of the best.
We are in the middle of redoing our backyard, and I think it looks sweet. But there are times where I'm like, if you had unlimited money and like, if you had like
I
the
want
Property
that,
Brothers or
I want that Miyagi style backyard.
like if
man.
Chip and Joanna Gaines decided to say, hey, we're gonna just redesign your house. You ever wonder what the real full potential is? Or what about this? It could simply be you could have a trainer and someone dress you, and you're like, oh, wow, what would I look like if I had the Hollywood glow up?
That's why you're a professional stylist. Oh, yeah. So anyway, if you can go one-on-one
You get
with
the Clay
any
Aiken,
of the
you get the
greats.
Clay Aiken treatment. Remember that nerd all of a sudden looked normal?
Yeah, that Hollywood glow up. Where would you go? Who would you want to see, right? I'm surprised we got a lot of feedback on this, but just to see how good they really are in person,
I'm not
up close and
surprised.
personal.
It's a good conversation.
And that's based on I Show Speed. It's kind of like Pros versus Joes, right?
Oh, you know who used to host that? Who's the guy that loves us?
I don't know. What's his name?
Petros.
Oh,
that
yeah,
guy loves us.
That guy.
Petros and money?
I Show Speed is taking on Joey Chestnut because he's the GOAT. But when it comes to sports, one-on-one and greatness, who would you like to experience firsthand? 877-99 on Fox. We'll wrap it up with your phone calls, and we got to get into Midweek Major, the biggest stories in sports and pop culture. We're live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. For over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Shipped fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
All right, now it's time for Midweek Major.
Covino and Rich get you over the middle of the week with Midweek Major.
Ooh, I love that.
We throw sports and pop culture headlines and topics at the fellas, and it's like the kids say.
That's so mid. Week, definitely major.
CNR scoring. Midweek Major.
Aw, yeah, I got to go really quick here to give Spotty a full 8 minutes.
Yeah,
Before
I
we
don't want
hand-
him.
Before we hand things over to the number one and only host of this segment, let's roll the two big red love dice to the main studio.
Ooh, 4.
Oh. I rolled the 4. Let's see what Rich gets.
Now a Rich roll. This is to see who gets first take.
All right, he rolled a 4. All right.
One dice each.
All right, ready?
One dice.
It's a roll off. 2. 5. All right, Rich goes first.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, the most famous person, besides Judy Blume, from Scotch Plains, New Jersey, Spotty Boy.
Hi, guys.
Hello, Spotticus.
How you doing today?
Doing all right.
All right, let's jump right in. Jaylen Brown. Familiar?
Yes.
All right, getting clowned on social media over his recent brush with Knicks star OG Anunoby's jersey. So in a viral video, the Celtics star can be seen bumping his head against the jersey, and a clear black mark from his head rubs off onto the jersey, leading fans to clown him on social media. So Brown had some fun with the incident on his Twitch stream, leaning into the fact that maybe his hairlines needs a little work, that he might need to go to Turkey. He was talking about booking flights to Turkey, and even, I don't know if this was real, but left a voicemail for LeBron, who himself has had some hairline issues over the years, trying to get some advice from LeBron. So people have also gone back and found incidents where he's done this with other players, where he's brushed against them, and you can see dark marks left on this jersey. So he's leaning into it on his Twitch stream. Maybe he can use some of that, $300 million extension money he got to pay for his hair transplant. Midweek or major?
I think this is major.
Definitely major.
Majorly cringe and awesome and all the things. Listen, that's like imagine having a game-worn jersey by someone that guarded him.
Oh yeah,
Extra
I got value.
I got the Soul Glow. Is it Topics? In the TV and radio broadcasting
don't
world,
play dumb.
there's a spray that covers those little spots.
Yeah,
I'm not talking.
a lot of these dudes get their heads painted. Honestly, I don't know what the process is called, but when they're getting that lineup, it's painted
Rich
on.
knows.
Yeah, Rich, tell us, what is it called
Yeah, what
again?
do you have done?
Yeah, how do you paint your hairline?
Yeah, paint. You know what? Let me. Thank you, Sam. Make your soul glow. Let it shine through.
Is it midweek or major, you bozo?
I said already it's major.
You said it's majorly cringe.
All right.
I think it's awesome.
I think it's major because I think we need to normalize the fact that, guys, it's okay to try to look your best. Women are always dyeing their hair. Women got a million tricks up their sleeves. They don't look like that. I saw I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker. They take their legs off, their eyelashes off. They look totally different. Guy dyes his hair. It's a big deal. It got on the jersey.
Well,
it's a funny story.
It's a little embarrassing.
It's a funny story, but he's not the only guy doing it.
Who? Rudy Giuliani?
All
Dripping
those
hair dye?
dudes, all those dudes are doing it. They're all doing it. Just go to social media and see. It's funny, though. It's funny. It's embarrassing. I like that he's leaning into it and owning it.
All right, over to the World Series. A couple stories there. If tickets weren't expensive enough, concessions just as crazy. So Dodger Stadium unveiled a slew of new concessions just special for the World Series, on top of course, their already expensive ones. Some of these special ones include surf and turf nachos, bone marrow tacos, pistachio cream sundae. I imagine that's very similar to like a Dubai chocolate bar.
This all sounds
Hold
fantastic.
on.
This is the guy with no palate next to me,
And
Covino, saying ew.
A tomahawk steak platter for going for between a whopping $150 to $200. So it includes a chimichurri sauce. I know you love chimichurri, Rich. Fingerling potatoes. Fans actually say it's a pretty good deal, considering if you went to a steakhouse, how much a tomahawk steak would cost. And the steak, about 32 to 40 ounces.
Damn, I think
so
this is...
might be a good deal, but yeah, people are talking either way, midweek or major.
Listen, I'll be generous. I think it's major.
Definitely major.
You're in the World Series, you break out the big menu, and anyone bitching about the prices of food, it's almost like it's like par for the course. If you're going to spend hundreds and thousands of dollars for tickets to the World Series, and you're going to be showing off, going on Instagram and TikTok, and like, I'm here, I'm at the game. Guess what? You could buy. I saw they had a Dodger blue tortillas for something they were doing as well. So, like, listen, it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You're going to spend money. I think it's great.
I think it's weak. It's baseball. Who do you think you are, the Buxtons? Relax, Daddy Stacks and your tomahawk steaks and your bone marrow tacos. The Dodger dog's not good enough. Regular tacos, a sausage. It's a baseball game. Get out of here.
Baseball.
No one can afford anything. That's why everybody's in debt. Get out of my face with this.
Well,
be humble, man.
A simple.
You need a
simple week.
Everyone thinks they're like super fancy pants. That's why these tickets are going to celebrities and people who aren't even real fans anyway.
Well, speaking of that, over to my second story. So, as you know, the stars always come out for these events. Game 4, no exception. Some of those people included, you may have seen Sydney Sweeney eating a hot dog. I can show you. It's in the background on my phone.
Whoa.
She was actually there with Christy Martin, who they have that movie coming out about her soon.
Yeah.
LeBron was there. Brad Pitt was there. So many others. But people who got some attention, Rich, I know you're going to love this, and this is why I brought up this story. Harry and Meghan. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle were there. Or Meghan Sussex, whatever, made an appearance. But Dodgers fans, not too thrilled, and I'll tell you why.
Yay.
I know you saw in Game 3 on the screen they highlighted Dodgers legend Sandy Koufax. Well, he was relegated to the second row so Harry and Meghan could sit in the front row. And they bumped out Magic Johnson, who would move to the second row. So they were saying, these people are LA royalty. No one cares about this actual royalty,
Well, dude,
midweek or major.
You took the words out of my mouth. This is major.
Definitely major.
Majorly disrespectful. F royalty. We don't live there. I don't understand the fascination with princes and kings and queens and
No kings.
Yo, to me,
Is that why you were at the protest?
shut up. No, you. I don't.
No king.
I don't believe
I
in
don't believe in
I don't believe in
kings.
this ridiculous fascination with British royalty. Yo, Magic Johnson, take your seat back, bro. You know who else take your seat back? Anyone other than Harry and Meghan. Get the hell out of here. You know what? Give it to Jason Bateman. That guy's there every day.
Jerry O'Connell. How about our pal, Jerry O'Connell?
He's sitting in the mezzanine.
Hey, you know what? I think this is major because
Definitely
it's news
major.
to Rich, because the whole time Rich thought it was Carson Wentz. He didn't know that was Prince Harry. Rich was like, oh, my God, I thought he had season-ending surgery. What's he doing at the game? Rich thought that was Carson Wentz the whole time.
I thought it was.
So,
funny.
yeah. And you know what I saw? Major, because Sandy Koufax still got it. Even though he was sitting in the second
that's
row,
great.
I saw a clip of him staring at Meghan Markle's ass when she got
nice.
up. And I said to myself, you know what?
There you go.
Good for him. I do the same thing.
Did you see Sydney Sweeney eating a hot dog?
I didn't, but
All right,
I want to now.
I'll squeeze in one more. Tom Brady.
Wait, did you see Hideo Nomo eating hot dogs?
No.
Because even if you didn't, I bet he did.
Tom Brady joining the ranks of Peyton Manning and getting into the production game. So Fox Sports, our parent company, investing in Shadow Lion, the entertainment and marketing studio co-founded by Brady. So the network will work with the studio to produce original series films, event programming, and digital content that will span across not only sports but pop culture. Details of the deal haven't been made, but the CEO of Fox says that they're planned to be in the long haul with Brady. Partnership is set to kick off with a documentary about Brady's alma mater, University of Michigan. Brady says he's excited for this new chapter. They're also going to partner with that flag football game that's taking place next year in Saudi Arabia. So it seems like they got a lot going on with that. So something new from Tom Brady, midweek or major.
I think it's major. Listen, after football, a lot of these guys
Definitely major.
are very clever and thought out about who they partner with. You said the Mannings have done this. I just finished the finale of Chad Powers. The only thing I was mad about was that there's only 6 episodes, and now we have to wait. They haven't even started or confirmed season 2. But listen, I love the idea of some of our favorite athletes venturing off and entering the world of documentaries and comedies and partnerships. So listen, I'm a Tom Brady fan, so I think it's cool. Major.
Anything Tom Brady related is major in my
Definitely
opinion.
major.
He's the GOAT. Anything he says, we listen to. Anything he does, we're intrigued by. So, yeah, and I think he's the absolute definition of why people need an assistant. I drown in my schedule I can't imagine how a guy has all these things going on,
right?
Knows what he's doing every day. It's amazing.
What's his,
God bless him.
what's his outlook look
Seriously, God bless him, man.
Lots of dots on the Tom Brady calendar. Thank you, Spotty.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Let's go to our friend and yours, Dan Beyer, for an update. DB, how are you, man?
Doing well. Dodgers and Blue Jays, Game 5 World Series, tied up at 2 apiece. You can see it on Fox with the first pitch around 8 o'clock Eastern time. Trey Savage goes for the Blue Jays. Dodgers put Blake Snell on the mound. Dodgers making some changes to their lineup. Andy Pages out of the lineup. Alex Call will now start. He bats ninth and plays left. Kike Hernandez will shift over to play center field. Mookie Betts drops his spot in the lineup. He's batting third. Will Smith's moved up to bat second, while Freddie Freeman will bat cleanup tonight for LA. Dodgers making changes. Blue Jays keeping George Springer out of the lineup. There's a report from the USA Today saying that Springer could be available for Game 6 coming up on Friday. The Lions and defensive end Aiden Hutchinson agreed on a 4-year extension worth $180 million. Vikings quarterback J.J. McCarthy, a full participant in practice today. Panthers quarterback Bryce Young got on the practice field, returning from an ankle injury. He's on track to face the Packers coming up on Sunday. Bengals head coach Zach Taylor said Joe Flacco is 50-50 to face the Bears because of a shoulder injury. And Commanders wide receiver Terry McLaurin won't play Sunday night against the Seahawks after aggravating his quad injury that forced him to miss time earlier this season. Michael Penix Jr. day-to-day with a bone bruise, but Raheem Morris said that he feels like the Falcons quarterback should be good to go in Week 9 at New England. Finally, Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry said the next head football coach at LSU will not be hired by A.D. Scott Woodward.
I can tell you right now, Scott Woodward is not selecting the next coach. Hell, I'll let Donald Trump select it before I let him do it. I don't know, but the Board of Supervisors is going to come up with a committee, and they're going to go find us a coach.
LSU trying to replace the fired Brian Kelly. Guys, back to you.
That guy sounds like the dude from Waterboy.
Yes, that's got the Cajun. Louisiana drawl.
Oh,
I believe that we're going to find a great coach. I'm not going to be picking the next coach, but I can promise you we're going to pick a coach, and we're going to make sure that that coach is successful, and we're going to make sure that he's compensated properly, and we're going to put metrics on it, because I'm tired of rewarding failure in this country.
Ooh, football's the devil.
Oh,
That's a good one. Thank you, Dan Beyer. Have a good night. Enjoy your Game 5. Enjoy the Love is Blind reunion, Danny G. I know your night is packed because Danny G is going to go home. He's going to watch the Dodgers with the family. And then after that, you're going to hopefully celebrate a Dodgers victory with a train wreck of a reunion.
I could barely juggle all of that. Imagine being Tom Brady.
Exactly. All right, we got more Covino Rich. A lot of phone calls. People still chiming in about taking your chance against some of the pro athletes.
The most interactive show on radio continues.
Let's do it. More next right here on CNR.
It's one of the biggest cliches, but it's also very true that when it comes to sports, two best words in sports are Game 7. And everybody says it, and if you listen to sports talk radio, or you and your buddies are chopping it up, or you're at the barbershop, you hear things like that. Two best words in sports, Game 7. It's so. I heard Chris Perfett say it today in an update, and I knew it was coming. And because, it's just something that everybody says, but it's true.
The best two words, guys.
Dude, we said it amongst each other hanging out yesterday.
He didn't say free food were the two best words?
No, hey, but you know what? I'm glad you said that.
Free
I'm glad
food.
you said that. Because, hey, we're all pumped about the game tonight, especially if you don't have a team playing. You're just watching for fun. Man, it gives us more to talk about and something to watch because it's do or die. Every little pitch, every call, every hit, every pitch taken is a big moment tonight and under the microscope because everything counts and everything matters because it's do or die. It's for all the Tostitos, as we say. Game 7. But when it comes to the best two words, can we think of any other two words that compare but a PG-13 variation here for Fox Sports Radio?
If you're going to keep it clean.
Like you said, free food. Yo, bro, those are two great words for anybody.
I was going to say open bar.
Because I'll get out of my seat and I'm like, where? What's up? Where are we at? Free food? All right. Dude, that gets everybody pumped.
Yep.
So not just Perfett, everybody. So let's get the phones going before we get into last one standing and all the other fun we have today and the prizes and everything else. Game 7 tonight. Are there two other best words that come to mind. But again, without being rated R and X.
When my wife and I actually get away from the kids, like when those few times a year we actually take a little getaway, adults only.
You love that, huh?
Oh, nothing bothers me more than other people's kids.
When I'm
on vacation.
That's so funny.
If I'm
too,
escaping,
because you're a parent, you appreciate
the kid.
kids. You know, like I love kids. I got kids.
When I am not with my own kids and coaching and doing things at the school, when I'm not in that mode, get your stupid kids away from me.
I'm with you on vacations because you want to relax.
Weddings too.
That's what I don't get. Because,
no kids.
Like, how do the little kids ever get to know their family members if you don't want them at their party? Like,
Yeah,
some of my greatest memories
random
as
barbecue.
a kid was sliding around the dance floor, and that's the only time I see Uncle so-and-so anyway.
No kids at weddings.
Yeah, I can't get down with the wedding one. But the vacation one, I get it. No kids.
Kids will ruin a wedding.
I mean, for a guy who has two kids, it's pretty harsh.
You're so anti-kid.
Yeah, I know.
I'm so anti-kid.
Sound like a
Except
jerk
for your
to
own.
me. Yeah, I know.
jerk.
Sounds a little jerky. I think it's a cultural thing, and that's my polite way of saying it. I really do. Because in my family, like, if someone told my dad that he couldn't bring his kids, you know what he would say? Well, F you, I ain't going. Swear to God. My dad would be offended by that.
I'm coaching 4 days a week. I'm involved in the school
The kids
volunteering.
but the kids are not part of the family, that they can't come to the wedding.
But I don't want a kid at a wedding. You're dancing and drinking and having fun. You want little kids there? Get out of here.
It's a family affair.
You're on vacation. You're trying to have hotel sex, lay on the beach, and do everything. You want your kids around? Get your kids out of there.
No. Vacation?
That's what grandma's for.
I think that's different. And
Grandma.
that's why they separate certain resorts. Like, that's the adults only side. That's the family side. I'm with you. I'm okay with that when you say vacation stuff.
And if
when
I
you
don't
say family stuff, I'm like, man.
and if
then
I'm,
what the hell good is family if the kids can't be involved?
If my wife and I are going away for a couple days, Mexico, Aruba, Dominican Republic, we're going somewhere, and we're finally getting a break from our own 5 and 8-year-old. Do you think I want to see your stupid kids?
No kids.
Okay,
according
no kids.
to this guy.
Great
This
words.
guy claims he's dad of the year. He says no kids, or I'll kick him out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got one if you're a scandalous guy.
I'm with you on free food. I think that's my favorite one so
I mean, if
far.
you're a scandalous guy, what if a woman said, I'm discreet? No,
or Rich, she says in your ear, I'm down.
I'm down.
I'm down.
I'm discreet. That's a good. Ooh. All right. So, what two words are music to your ears? What two words compare to Game 7? If everybody loves to say Game 7, the best two words in sports.
That's funny. I just saw AI that didn't fool me because I'm more and more fooled every day. It was Cam Scadaboo snapping his own ankle back into place, and he's like, "Coach, I can play. Put me in." He's such a baller. That guy.
You're just a fool.
6 months. 6 months. He'll be back in action. So
lower
wishing
your
him well.
socks when you're talking to me. You fool.
All right.
Orale, fool. It's Covino and Rich.
Hey, we're doing it live. Fox Sports Radio studio, and getting a new job could be so much easier with Express Employment Pros. With Express, you'll have a local connection to the job market. Get started at expresspros.com to find the location near you. That's www.expresspros.com.
Before we wrap it up with your phone calls, and we might have a winner for Mike's Wednesday Words of Wisdom.
Okay.
I just want to remind you, tomorrow, the weekend begins. Thursday's the new Friday. We kick it off with Old School and 50 Hits. That's our most interactive segment. It really is. Even though we love getting you involved, you're involved right now. Tomorrow, we throw it back. We reminisce. Old School and 50 Hits. Mañana, Thursday's show. So, Mike's Wednesday Words of Wisdom. Let's see if we got a winner. Parker and OKC, and then the rest of your phone calls when it comes to sizing up with the GOATs, with the greats. Parker, you're on the show.
Nope.
Hey. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
got you.
Let's hear the words of wisdom.
All right. So, true intelligence is using what you know to make it look like you knew it all along.
That's the winner.
There you go. Hey.
Boom.
Nerf football.
That's
for
a
you.
winner. And that's how you do it. Got it verbatim. You won a prize and some wisdom here on the show. Hang tight. We'll get your information, send it out. Thanks for playing along. We appreciate it.
All right, now the question earlier in the show, people are still chiming in, so let's go to Ron in Rochester. What professional athlete or celebrity, musician, you name it, that you would love to be up close and personal with just to see truly how dominant they are? What's up, Ron?
Listen, I'm a proud Syracuse grad. I was living in New York City. I got 3 stories.
Yeah.
Where I went head-to-head with real athletes. It's crazy. But I was at this lounge with my girlfriend, and I'm in the bathroom line. I see this fat guy. I'm like, hey, you look like David. Wait a minute. You are David Wells. He was so cool. He waited in the line in the bathroom. So I went head-to-head, shot for shot. He drank tequila and Budweiser. I'm a Bud guy. All night I went shot for shot and beer for beer. Me and my girlfriend, his Asian girlfriend, and it was a draw. We both did 1 million shots, 1 million beers. Coolest guy ever. But then that same summer, I was at a celebrity golf tournament. All the Rangers were there. Darren Turcotte. They all went up. It was when that screen first came out, and you smacked the ball into the screen like 99. Pierre LaRouche went up there and hit it 301. I went up there, so much pressure on me. I mean, I'm 6'2", but I was working out. I hit it 301. And who's that guy from the Golden State Warriors hit 302?
This guy's just
Hey,
bringing
he's a
it.
big dude. And by the way, he forgot to tell you the rest of that story. David Wells went on to pitch a perfect game
The next
morning.
The next morning.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
next
that
night.
morning.
Oh, wow.
To again show you his greatness. Did he hold it for him?
Jason in Texas. What's up, Jason?
Hey, guys. Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up, man? Who would you want to go up against?
All right. I'm no swimmer, but I'm not. I love the diving board and all that stuff. But I wonder, going against the human torpedo, Michael Phelps.
Oh my God, Michael Phelps would make he would look like a shark or a fish of sorts. Imagine that.
Yeah, you
Have
would
you ever
think he's
seen
a human shark.
Have you ever seen where
He looked like a marlin.
like,
Yeah, he would.
He could wait while you were like 10 feet away from the wall and he'd still beat you.
Yeah, you'd have to give him. You'd have to get one full lap of a lead.
That would be cool to see, though. Yeah, that's a funny one.
That's
man.
a really good one. Great answer, Jason. Trip in Vegas. Wrap it up. What's up, Trip?
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call. I got 2 actually happen. The first time I ever met Dr. J, when he shook my hand, and I have big hands, he like grabbed me by my elbow. And then secondly, I've been in an actual NASCAR with a real driver, wearing a fire suit and everything. After 4 laps, I didn't know where I was. When we stopped the car, I was completely lost, and I had no clue what had happened.
Yeah, because you think, oh, you're just driving fast. No, that's more to that game. Thank you, Trip.
Great story, man.
And by
Thank
the
you.
way, with the World Series tonight, I made a prop bet. Probably ill-advised, but Danny will love it. I got Mookie Betts multi-home run game.
No, you're either jinxing him or waking him up.
$10 wins 900.
Wow.
So
and
I
maybe you
figured,
can give me some of that since you still owe me money from the
let's discuss that tomorrow.
Yeah, from the Yankee Mets bet.
Oh boy! All right, enjoy the World Series Game 5. Enjoy your Love Is Blind reunion. Have a great night. We appreciate you guys chiming in. We'll see you tomorrow. Arrivederci, baby.
See you in the promised land.
Let's go.
Come on, Dodgers.